So, how does one single university professor manage to publish over 1,000 research papers? I mean, it sounds completely impossible, right? Well, today we're going to look under the hood of an academic engine that's pretty much rewriting the rules of research. It all kicks off with this number, 1,110. According to the Scopus database, that's how many research papers have come out of this one professor's group. Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. But, publishing a lot is one thing. Making an impact is something else entirely. And this number? 21,648. That's how many times their work has been cited on Google Scholar. So this isn't just some paper mill. It's a factory of genuine influence. Which, of course, brings us to the big question here. How in the world does a single academic leader pull something like this off? Is it really just one person, or is there something bigger going on? To answer that, we have to start by meeting the architect himself, the person at the very center of this incredible web of research. So this is Professor Dr. Poom Kumam. He's a full professor in the Department of Mathematics at King Mongkut's University of Technology, Thonburi, or KMUTT, in Thailand. He's the man whose name is connected to those mind-boggling numbers we just saw. And he's not just a professor. He wears a lot of hats. He's the director of the Center of Excellence in Theoretical and Computational Science, that's TACS-COE. He's the head of the Fixed Point Research Lab and a project leader for another research network. See, these aren't just fancy titles, they're the actual blueprint for his entire research engine. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting, because this chart tells us a huge story about his role. So, in the academic world, the first author is usually the person who did most of the hands-on work, but the last author? That's typically the senior professor, the guide, the mentor, the one with the vision. Professor Kumam is the first author on only 3% of these papers, but he's the last author on a whopping 34%. This shows he's not just a researcher, he's a leader and a mentor on a massive scale. So you see, this isn't really the story of one person at all. It's the story of the incredible teams he's built around him. Because success like this, it's absolutely a team sport. I mean, just look at this organizational chart. This is the Fixed Point Theory and Applications Research Group. You've got advisors, co-advisors, postdocs, and a huge squad of students all organized by their specialty. It looks less like a typical lab and more like a complex, living organism that's just designed for discovery. And the network just keeps expanding from there. The TACS Center of Excellence pulls in collaborators from chemistry, physics, and even other institutions. This interdisciplinary approach is absolutely key. It lets them attack complex problems from all sorts of different angles. But look, having a big team is one thing. Getting them to churn out world-class research at this kind of volume is a whole different ballgame. For that, you need a special kind of philosophy, a sort of secret sauce that keeps the whole engine running. And you can literally see the results of that philosophy right here. Just look at this trend line. The number of publications and citations isn't just growing steadily, it's exploding, especially over the last decade. So what exactly are they doing that's so different? While the first pillar of their philosophy is learning by training, they don't just send their students out into the world to learn. They bring the world's leading experts directly into their lab to teach and train the next generation right there on site. The second pillar is basically the flip side of that, learning by going abroad. Team members are constantly joining international conferences. They're not just going to present their own work, but to soak up new ideas, see different ways of thinking, and really get a feel for where the entire field is heading next. And then we have the third pillar, which honestly might be the most important and surprising one of all, learning by playing. They have this amazing understanding that the best ideas, those real aha moments, they don't always happen when you're staring a problem in the face. Sometimes they happen when you relax. So fun and social activities are built right into the lab's culture. And this quote from their own website, it just says it all. We spend most of time together, not only studying, but also having many joining activities. They're not just colleagues, they're a true community, sharing ideas, cleaning the lab together, and building this incredible sense of shared ownership. Okay, so we have the architect, we have the team, and we have the philosophy. But what does this massive research engine actually produce? What's the real-world impact of all this theoretical work? Well, this is where it gets incredibly practical. Their research in areas like optimization and fixed point theory. It forms the mathematical backbone for some of today's most vital technologies. We're talking machine learning and AI, medical image recovery, signal processing, and even next-gen stuff like quantum cryptography. And you gotta love this. Nothing captures their spirit better than their official mascot. This is Professor Ant 2.0, and it's just the perfect symbol for their whole ethos. Just like an ant colony, they're incredibly industrious, super collaborative, and they all work together for the good of the whole. And it all comes together beautifully in their official motto, connecting theory with application. That last word is one they actually coined themselves by combining application and scholarship. It just perfectly sums up their mission to make sure that even the most abstract, theoretical math has a clear path to being used in the real world, whether it's making an AI algorithm better or securing quantum communications. So, what's the big takeaway here? This really isn't just a story about math. It's a potential blueprint for innovation in pretty much any field. It makes you wonder, what could your team, whether you're in business or art or engineering, what could you learn from a system that combines massive collaboration, deep mentorship, and a philosophy of learning through play? It's a powerful question and definitely one worth thinking about.